Hi, welcome to Psalm 104. And this is a psalm that is all about the creation. Okay, so we've got God the Creator. In fact, we're going to see these kind of last 3-4 Psalms, 103 through to 106, kind of work together as they're sort of bringing Book 4 to a close. More about that maybe on one of the other videos. But Psalm 104 is like this extended hymn of praise and celebration for God the Creator. And the thing I want us to notice here is the metaphors. One commentator mentions that close and emphatic are the metaphors. And so let me show you some of them, not all of them, but just to see how much they kind of build on each other. Now, metaphor is kind of using language to explain something. It's not a simile, there isn't a like, it's just treating it as if it is a thing. So you'll see as we go. Bless the Lord, O my soul, familiar language from 103. O Lord my God, you are very great. You are clothed with splendor and majesty, covering yourself with light as with a garment, stretching out the heavens like a tent. Just think of a sort of a father figure stretching out the tent over his children for a camp out in the backyard or whatever. God stretched out the heavens like a tent. Another metaphor, verse 3, like a master builder. What does a builder do? He lays the beams of his chambers on the waters. He makes the clouds his chariot. He rides on the wings of the wind. He makes his messengers winds, his ministers a flaming fire. That sounds familiar from Hebrews. He set the earth on its foundations so that it should never be moved. And so whatever we do with this one in between, certainly here and here, we've got the master builder, right? That he's laid the beams of his chambers. He's set the earth on its foundations. Verse 6, you covered it with the deep as with a garment. That's kind of like the father stretching out the tent. Now it's like a father stretching out a garment to cover. The waters stood above the mountains. At your rebuke, they fled. At the sound of your thunder, they took to flight. Now it's treating God like a sort of a field marshal, directing his troops and rebuking and kind of shouting commands. And the whole of creation is responding to his voice. The mountains rose, the valleys sank down to the place that you appointed for them. I would take that as being kind of the settling of the earth after the flood. Down in verse 10, you make springs gush forth in the valleys. They flow between the hills. They give drink to every beast of the field. The wild donkeys quench their thirst. Like a farm manager or a farm, it's not a word, is it? But a farm architect, like a landscape architect. There's a farm architect here orchestrating it so that the waters are provided to creation. Okay, let's keep going. Just a little bit more. Besides them, the birds of the heavens dwell. They sing among the branches. From your lofty abode, you water the mountains. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of your work. Again, we're kind of back to the father, maybe like a father of a household distributing gifts, watering the mountains, people being satisfied with the fruit of your work. You cause the grass to grow for the livestock and plants for man to cultivate, that he may bring forth food from the earth, and wine to gladden the heart of man, oil to make his face shine, bread to strengthen man's heart. This is God in his abundance over creation, giving and giving and giving. And there's plenty more, but let's just drop right down to the end. After all these metaphors describing God's rule over creation, like a farm manager, like a field marshal, like a father in a household, all of these images come to the end, and kind of here's the application. In light of God's reign over creation and in anticipation of God's reign over the new creation, the conclusion of the psalm says, I will sing to the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise to my God while I have my being. May my meditation be pleasing to him. For I rejoice in the Lord. Let sinners be consumed from the earth. There's the forward look that the mess, the chaos, the destruction and the corruption of this earth is going to be dealt with. Let the wicked be no more. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Praise the Lord. So Psalm 104, it's all about creation. Really, it's all about God and the way that he rules over creation, and we as his subjects can celebrate that, and we can also anticipate that he's going to make sure that everything gets put right in the end as well. Read Psalm 104, share your highlights with others. This is a really encouraging psalm. It's a long one, but it's worth it.